Yeah, I mean, Moon's a really good Rubik player, so it does make sense. I'm about it.
Mhm. See what they grab next. Furia do need to pick up their mid and their safe laner here. Again, I wouldn't hate to see a PL. The solid against the Rubik as well. You do have some AoE clear with Fade Bolt and instant disable in the form of telekinesis, but I think you're not hugely concerned about that if you plan on taking that PL here. I say go for it.
Go for the gyro.
All right.
That's a real quick response. It's going to be the Kunkka here for Undying. This is a hero that Abaddon does not really like playing against because he keeps heroes in position, like out of position rather, and Abaddon wants to be able to just like quickly dispel them and get them out. And now Abaddon ends up having to stick around. The carry or whoever gets X'd can't really go too far. So it is a sick pick.
5 seconds remain.
You did need a frontliner as well, so Kunkka serves a bunch of purposes in this game. You've got solid disable between him, Rubik, and the puck. You've got your frontliner in the form of Kunkka. Templar Assassin is going to be able to play pretty aggressive. We're not sure where this Kunkka is going to go. It could be the offlane, it could be mid. He got a little bit more popular in the offlane when he got an extra 10 movement speed. A couple. Was it this patch or the patch before?
I don't know, dude.
It's like
7.29's been
7.29.
going since early April, so who knows, man. It's pretty much been here all year.
5 seconds.
I really can't remember if it was 7.29 D or C. I think maybe it was C? Yeah, it was C. I looked it up. We do have the technology.
Nice, good to know. They get rid of the Faceless Voice. I think they're expecting this to be Saberlight's Kunkka. I mean, you could see some really weird stuff going on here. My guess is that this is going to be Dubu Puck
5 seconds
with Moon on the
remain.
Rubik. We're going to be seeing Bryle on the TA, Saberlight, Kunkka, and then the safe lane for Tomato. They're still looking to pick up. They get rid of the Death Prophet. That means we're likely to see Kunkka mid, maybe? I mean, both Kunkka and TA struggle to both Viper and Death Prophet. So those are really smart bans.
Yeah. It doesn't really give away where you plan on running any of these heroes either, which is pretty neat too. I do like how Undying has done this draft. It's not very traditional at all. You don't have like a super hard position one carry, but you are able to rotate around the puck, the Templar Assassin, the Kunkka, and keep the enemy guessing, which can make lanes kind of difficult. Given what Undying did to them last game, it's probably on the forefront of Furia's minds of getting these favorable lane matchups. Now they have no idea what they're playing against and where. They could even like mess with their head even further on the side of Undying and just like put Bryle in the safe lane of one of these heroes and Tomato in the mid. Is he used to be a mid player on Tomato?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got plenty of reserve time here on Undying to decide this last pick. They get rid of the Razor for Fury. That would have been a really good pick for themselves, but it's a good pick for Undying as well. So have to get rid of it. As far as mid laners for Furia go, I mean, there's not a lot left in the pool, unfortunately for them. Like they are very limited on what they can grab here in this mid lane. There is still, Storm Spirit, but into Rubik Puck feels very rough, and Kunkka,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. It's difficult to get that. They take the Shadow Demon again. I mean, Dubu had a great performance on it the last game. It makes sense that you'd grab it up a second time. You can provide break. In the late game, it's going to do a lot against the Abaddon and the Axe, and your picks are all of a sudden a lot more limited. I mean, even against like a PL, it's going to do a decent job that break too. So,
All right, we're
I mean, I
gonna see
don't think
Brow
they'll take a
Puck.
PL here, but
5
It's got to be
because of
Brow
the fact
Puck with that pick, right? So Brow in the mid lane, Puck, safe lane, Tomato, TA, off lane, Saberlight, Kunkka. That would make the most sense based on what we're seeing here.
Mhm.
They will go the Lina.
choose your hero.
Dude, I'm so hyped for Brow Puck. He is so good on this hero.
I mean, this Lina is interesting. Bryle is going to be able to get on top of this Lina. The other heroes are going to struggle until like Tomato has a Blink Dagger. hmm Okay, I prefer the Undying draft. I got to say, you don't
I
have a. You've got like save from Dubu. You've got save from Moon Meander as well. I don't know if you've seen it, but that Rubik Shard actually feels really good.
and he can steal a Photic Shield, which is something you also have to consider. Like there's really good spells he can take from the Abaddon, and if he's able to get a Photic Shield, you're not finding these kills on the side of Furia. Like, you just won't be able to kill the Kunkka. You won't be able to kill the TA. Puck, way too elusive. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, a lot of this is going to be on RDO and Sexy Fat to find these kills, I think.
Yep. But I have faith. They'll be able to find some in the early game as well. The question is, how much of this farm from the Templar Assassin you're able to shut down? You could just make this TA into food if you can shut his game down, but Tomato always manages to find farm. Like you mentioned a couple of times to me, he happened to be one of the fastest farmers in the world. I mean, we saw what he accomplished on the gyrocopter last game. That was just criminal when he did to Furia.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll see if Leo can do the same thing, right? He's gonna have a pretty decent lane against the Kunkka. I don't think it's really that bad. The question is whether or not he decides to go for the Rocket Barrage build. He does have a Baton behind him, which will help, but I think overall he should be able to farm pretty easily.
Well, I am excited for this game. Going to jump right into it. Show me those stats. Look at that, beautiful. MVP 6 out of 20. When you're good, you're good.
Indeed, he is very good.
It's been a little while since Rubik, but I'm excited to see if Rubik can finally pull off a victory. It is one of my two favorite heroes, Earth Spirit and Rubik. I absolutely love. You can just take advantage of so many situations on these two here. It's always an absolute pleasure to watch.
I'm a big fan of Rubik. I typically play him in the mid lane though, when I'm playing with friends, just because I want to cast spells and it's really fun. But that's also just because support Rubik has kind of fallen off as of late. All right, invading the jungle here on Undying, and they're gonna walk right into Duster. He's got to be super careful. Disruption. Oh, he's going to get trapped. They're just going to body block him. Oh, no. Sheesh, indeed. First blood. Going to go the way of Bryle.
First blood. It shall be duly noted.
You know, what can you do, Neph? What can you do?
That wasn't too bright.
Oh, you're muted. No.
Yeah, what can you do? Unfortunate. Just completely surrounded. Who'd they end up giving? They end up giving the kill to Bryle as well. Yeah, and they
Ooh, way off on that ward.
Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, they weren't patient enough. People always try to scalp that, the tree line there, but he didn't dive far enough into the corner. If the ward would have been on the right side, he wouldn't be able to tell. But he just kind of walked in front of the tree and was like, it's probably there.
Yeah. Both team can have vision up here in the mid lane to start the game, though. Bryle gets to start with a Null Talisman, 3 Tangos, 3 branches, and a Fairy Fire. Yeah, so lots of base damage to work with. Gonna make playing against this Lina a little bit easier. At the start, you do have a bit of an advantage for the Lina, I'd say. The extra attack range. You're getting a lot of clicks off. You don't want to go Electric Ray in this lane. A lot of the time, the Puck is just going to be able to dodge out with the phase shift, so he's probably going to go 1-0-1 to start the lane. Maybe put 2 points into Dragon Slave.
Yeah, I think a lot of times you end up going 1-0-1, 2 points Dragon Slave. If you are playing against a melee hero, you go the Light Strike Array, but against the Puck, you just want to be able to push this lane, do what damage you can on over to that Puck, and then continue to right-click. So far, though, Su's doing pretty well in the mid lane. Able to find a lot of CS. Good amount of denies so far already. I mean, Lina, one of the most dominant lane heroes in Dota 2 right now.
Burns, doesn't it?
Zones Bryle all the way back, but it's not going to be hard to recover from this one. I think he's going to be forced to buy himself a salve. In fact, yeah, he is. They're going through a lot of mana at the start here on Lina. He'll get his bottle not long after that, and you do have a little bit easier time controlling the runes as the Puck. On the top lane, they commit onto the Lion.
Yeah, the disruption's there. Tomato with the Meld Strike. He just needs one more auto attack. Does get him in time. Dubu. What was it? The illusion that hit him?
No, I think that was Dubu's auto attack that finished him off. Wait, I can check. I've got the tech.
I think it was the disruption illusion from Lion.
Yeah, that was the disruption illusion.
Very well played in the top lane. I mean, Meld Strike is a ton of minus armor. You got to be careful of that. And Lion very low base armor to begin with. We got bottom lane. Leo here with Duster on the Abaddon. Saberlight's doing pretty well. Not too bad. Farming decently. Just getting
Burns,
harassed
doesn't it?
out by Moon's Fade Bolt constantly, it would appear.
Yeah, Kunkka does do a pretty good job of zoning these heroes out of lane. I mean, it's mana free harass. Leo is going to be able to stand his ground in this lane here. You've got a lot of armor on the Gyrocopter, so Tidebringer not going to accomplish quite as much against the Kunkka. In the
Top
mid lane,
Tomato goes down. He didn't even get called. He just got stunned and ran down here by the Battle Hunger of Axe. Okay. Really well played. A return kill. This one, however, onto the TA is much better than just grabbing the support.
60 Fat fighting that one.
Wasn't too bright.
Pretty big deal. He'll get himself a Vanguard a little bit earlier because of that. He puts a second point into Battle Hunger, by the way, which is a little bit unusual, but I guess you want that dot to put on top of Templar Assassin, burn down that refraction as quickly as possible. Dubu's going to struggle to deal with it as well.
Silence.
Brown's actually going to get his bottle delivered to go all the way back to base and TP, so he is definitely struggling here in the mid lane against the Lina.
Yep. Dubu almost got gone on there. Ends up dropping Disruption onto Axe in order to back off. Now just trying to harass RDO with that one.
I mean, he got a couple spins onto Sexy Fat there with that counter helix.
Fortified their structures against attack.
And Duster's really struggling down here. No mana to work with. This harass from Kunkka is just absolutely disgusting. Leo still pretty high on HP. Ended up going 2 slippers of agility. I don't think he's going to end up finishing the Wraithband. It's like you said in the last game, Wraithband just seems to be super unpopular. You go the slippers, get yourself armor that way. It's not worth going out of your way for the extra attack speed and armor that the Wraithbands provide you.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It feels incredibly underwhelming.
Yep.
It's a lot of gold too. Like with that extra like 600 gold you would spend on those 2 Wraith Bands, you could just, you know, put towards farming your Aghanim Scepter or a Maelstrom, right? Or last game, which we saw was the Chrysalis.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that again. It is like a super efficient damage item, so it lets you farm pretty quickly. But having it done that quickly last game was insane.
Ryle absolutely bodying up on Lina here. I mean, is he gonna get this? Oh my god. Playing for behind the whole lane. He gets the creep advantage up on the Lina and just perfectly dodges out his spells. Gets the kill. Now has level 6, and Bryle feels super happy about this one.
I mean, it does end up going Puck's way eventually, but this is a little bit early for that. I mean, Bryle took advantage of the moment he had the opportunity to. The bottom lane, they try to commit on the Moon Meander.
All right, Leo did go 2 points in the Rocket Barrage. I mean, he's got a lot of damage. They need one more auto attack. Gets a salve off running through the trees, but you're not going to make it far. Flat cannon from Leo will be able to finish it off, though.
Yeah. There's a very quick Photic Shield off onto Leo as soon as that lift came out from the Rubik, so he got no opportunity to throw him back with that telekinesis.
Burns.
So couldn't position himself any better. D'Amato gonna move into the jungle right now. Doesn't want to lean against his Axe, who has multiple points into that battle hunger. I don't think he'll put a 3rd point in now. He ends up getting his spin, but now he's got Vanguard available. He can start clearing ancient stacks.
I mean, you can clear ancient stacks and clear human stacks mid lane. Rotation in from Moon's gonna find a 2nd kill onto this Lina, pulling her just out of position a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, bottom lane is a regen. You know, everything going Bryle's way now.
Yeah. This game all of a sudden super rough for Furia. I mean, we saw last game at like 2 minutes into the game they're already up 1k on Undying, but Bryle finding the kills on Alina, shutting down Lina's game from the very start is really going to take its toll. You gotta walk all the way out of lane right now, and you don't have boots.
Bryle is definitely one of the, I would say most, I've talked about this before, but one of the most consistent mid laners, I think, in the region. Very rarely do I see him, you know, getting solo killed or losing a mid lane. Meanwhile, Saberlight bottom, thought he could play a little bit aggressive up here onto the gyro. Might regret that one. Nice telekinesis to pull him back. He's still got the rocket barrage, and they snipe him with a level 2 miscoil. Bryle, however, rotating down to the bottom lane. They did see him, so they know that this puck is here. He's going to just TP back mid right away.
Yep. Looks like there's no way that you want to jump on top of this Lina by yourself at the moment. You're strong, but you're not that strong. We'll punish this lion, though.
I mean, will he? He might die. They got LSA into call. Bryle just gets crushed.
He was too slow on his jump. I mean, he needed to win. He ripped that RDO right away.
Yeah, he just returns it with a Hex, and now in comes Tomato here on this Templar Assassin. He gets the kill with the assist there onto the Lina, but Sexy Fat is level 7. He just says, all right, whatever, I'm out. You guys continue to do whatever you want. RDO? Pops that stick. I mean, there's no way he lives here, right? I've said this before, Neph, and I was wrong. Trap comes out, will connect with the slow, with Moon going one way. Yeah, he's got no TP. This should be a kill going the way of Tomato. Yoink. Oh, well, Moon says mine, apparently.
Wrong yoink. Moon doesn't give these up. He's got an egg and scepter to buy.
Sexy Fat on his way to clearing the jungle stacks like you were talking about with the Vanguard. Takes quick work of these just at the 8-minute mark, so all of the jungle items going to be dropping there.
Yep. They did struggle to keep that chase up there on Furia. Actually didn't opt to put a point to Culling Blade until he was level 8. Just the extra point to Berserker's Call once he hit 7. Counter Helix, look her up jungle stacks a little bit faster. But again, that was a little bit surprising that Bryle ended up getting caught out, but that's one of the strengths of this Lion pick. And what sucks about playing the puck into it, you want to outplay the enemy. When you have that instant disable, no cast time, no travel time, it just completely bodies puck. Game is slowed down a little bit. I think they're just going to continue to stack up here. I mean, you need to make this jungle a bit easier for Tomato to farm. I think you got the triple stack onto the Ancients now? They do.
Yeah,
But
and
Bryle cleaning up the hard camp.
yeah, Bryle's gonna take the hard camp here, which isn't that surprising. Like, once he has his Witchblade, this hero does an incredible amount of damage. He's able to just take down supports like solo. If the Abaddon is not there, it is just easy pickings for him. Meanwhile, Sexy Fat top lane looking to chase down Moon. Does get the telekinesis on, but a great stun in from RDO on the Lion. And with Saberlight here, he does need to be a little bit careful. Moon will be able to keep himself alive. Ends up stealing Berserker's Call. And now, on the backside, Tomato just going to chase down the Lion. Ooh, misses the Meld Strike. Gets a nice 2-man stun. RDO, no TP available. What is going on over here? Saberlight not going to be able to connect. All right, RDO is just making space.
He's tunneling through the trees where he was last time. He might... Yeah. Can he get another Hex off? No, he can't. All right, that's space though, baby. Let's go.
Definitely
sure,
space,
Tomato
man.
ends up getting the kill, but
That wasn't too bright.
does give your heroes an opportunity to farm.
Neo is on his way to a Maelstrom, only about 600 gold away. So not super farmed here on this Gyro like we saw in the previous game, but overall, pretty close between these two teams. Both cores pretty well farmed. Level 3 Battle Hunger actually stolen from Moon here. He is taking a lot of damage. You have to pop that stick. You don't usually see a level 3 Battle Hunger this early into the game.
No.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Coil comes out onto the Lina. Duster trying to do what he can to keep him alive. Will be able to... Lion with a finger of death on the wraparound. And now a great LSA comes in from the Lina. Can they find more? A few high ground misses there. Quite unfortunate there for the Lina. But what a turnaround from Furia.
Wow. This Lion has been an absolute beast. I mean, he's gone down like 4 times now, but each time he goes down, they go so far out of their way for him. He always seems to create so much space, find something. And, you know, once again, bringing down Bryle a second time, slowing down his game. This guy was set up for, like, the perfect puck game. He's been killed twice by the Lion now.
All right, X-Boat, top lane, Sexy Fat will get caught by that. Question is, can he actually get out? They don't have an X.
Yes.
They don't have an X.
The answer is yes.
Just TP, lol. No coil,
Just
no X.
TP.
He already, did he
It's
just blow
fine.
Torrent 2 randomly? Yeah, Saberlight had just dropped the Torrent after the Ghost Shift.
The last thing they expect is them to simply TP out. You're supposed to panic when the enemy's coming onto you.
See, I am of the school of panic for sure.
Yeah.
Mid lane, they're going to make this go once again. Brawl this time gets a coil onto 2 and a nice silence of Baden. Can't save his carry this time. The backside of the fight, also RDO getting chased down by Moon. He was able to find a little bit of damage there, but Duster, his ult's going to be popped. And Leo rotating to the mid lane as well. Saberlight coming down from top. Nice level 4 Earth Spike on Rubik is real sick.
Yeah, you got 1 point of arcane supremacy. You have a little bit of extra cast range to work with as well, so makes landing those big Earth Spikes even easier. Not great that team fight, trading the Lina for that Shadow Demon. Unfortunately, they weren't able to blow up Bryle again. I mean, that's one of the benefits of Puck, right? You have that AoE disable. If Duster's playing a little bit too close to his Lina, you end up getting the silence off 2 heroes. You can't pop that borrowed time when you're silenced up, so there's no saving the Lina in that situation. You got to get a couple defensive items now, and Lina is working on the BKB now, but might just die a second time.
He's dead? Dude, Moon getting some really good spell usage out of that. Able to find that kill. Does have a Light Striker away, but no mana to work with. And it finally does come out. And they will find 2 kills top. All right, Undying pulling it back their way, finding some big experience here for the side of Bryle. Dude, he has Witchblade half. I mean, he somehow managed to recover really well, and now Axe in trouble. Telekinesis gonna snap the coil. I mean, is there any way out of this for him? No. They get the kill. The boat is just too much damage as well.
Yeah, he could not walk up on that Puck. I don't think he's expecting Brawl to drop the Dream Coil on himself. But 1700 HP Vanguard isn't enough to survive all this disable. Just stun after stun here on the Undying heroes. And now they get back as a group. It's like you said, Puck is able to pump out tons of damage once his Witchblade is done, so not even Axe able to survive that one. Leo, still using this opportunity to farm, shoves in the mid lane, but still pretty far away from his Aghanim Scepter. It's the DV room, gains Tomato, but I think he might just go down. He doesn't have enough HP.
Yeah, Purge comes through, and with Dubu once again, they'll go ahead and disrupt up the Lina. Bryle, he's just going to silence up the Abad, and he can't get out of it. They're finding kill after kill once again. Undying just making faster movements around the map and punishing Furia.
This game turning on its head so quickly. This is going to be the tier 1 tower going their way as well. More map control opening up to Undying. It came a little bit slower than we saw in some of this previous games, but that's an early Undying aggression. Winning the game from the start, they don't ever seem to let that one go. Tower taken. I mean, we're 15 minutes in the game right now. What are our odds looking like? Dota Plus says it's 55 for the Dire. I'd say it's a little bit higher than that.
I mean, at one point, the Radiant was almost 75%, but it's just managed to get pulled back. Ooh, Bryle in the enemy triangle? Just going for a rune? All right, that's a little greedy from Bryle there.
That wasn't too bright.
Yeah, these over-aggressive players for sure affecting the odds a little bit of this game as well, but we take a moment for Saberlight to farm here. He's going to go for a Heaven's Halberd next. I mean, you're playing against a Gyrocopter. This is going to be a pretty important item pickup as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit surprised that Tomatoes... Okay, he just changed it. I was like, I'm really surprised Tomatoes going for the Blink Dagger this game as opposed to just grabbing an Ags. The Ags I like way more, allowing him to just split push and then rejoin fights when necessary. And yeah, just go ahead and re-itemizing there.
Yeah. Much better than Boot to Travel. 10 seconds, you're anywhere on the map, and only 1 second traveling time. This item feels amazing on Templar Assassin. You already have enough damage for these fights if you got the Desolator Dragon Lance. It's really all you need. Until the late game, anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, Leo's still pretty far off the Ags. About 2,000, just about 2,000 gold, slightly less. But Sexy Fat, I mean, he's going to have to start finding some kills here on the Axe. He has this Blink Vanguard done. Going for the Blade Mill, the more standard Axe offlane build as opposed to being super greedy. Going for that Manta style into the Shard. I like this decision. I think if he's able to get a nice Blink call out onto Bryle or Tomato, they might have the damage to bring them down without any, without too much help. Smoke up mid here from Undying. Maybe gonna bait out the Templar. Otherwise, they're just gonna go for a wraparound onto top. They don't have any vision here in this triangle though, so it is a little bit scary. Bryle gonna lead the charge with this newly finished Blink Dagger. They need to get a ward down on the high ground. Smoke's gonna get popped. They do get the call. Finds Dubu here on the Shadow Demon. But on the backside of the fight, Brile, he's gonna get the coil. They're able to keep themselves alive. Dubu, that disruption doing way too much work, and Puck able to blink away. Saberlight falling pretty low. They get the buyback there on the axe, but it's gonna be Tomato. Starting to put the damage out. Sexy Fat with another great call, this time finding Tomato. The Finger Death comes out. They get the kill. 3 heroes down for Undying. The buyback from Sexy Fat doing some real work here.
Ends up being you do lose 2 heroes there. You lost like the Lina at the start of that team fight. It wasn't just a buyback, but XP and net worth definitely going in the favor of Furia after that one. The kill onto the Templar Assassin is very important, slowing down his game before he ends up getting his Aghanim Scepter done. But it's still not over.
Wow, that was pretty close there from Moo. Or Moonmeander trying to blow up Duster with a Laguna Blade and almost does it. But did not have the mana for that Fade Bolt. Otherwise it would have worked.
Yep. Duster taking advantage of the fact that Miss Coil can't deny you anymore. Just goes to 1 HP, trying to heal Leo back up to full. Speaking of, he's pretty close to his Aghanim Scepter. If he clears up this camp, he's only like 300 gold away. This man is starting to get kind of big.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna need this Aghanim Scepter done on the Kunkka pretty quickly. Still, Undying definitely still ahead off of this one. They commit on the puck in the bottom lane.
Yeah, not much you can do. We talked about earlier how good Witchblade is against these supports. If there's no Abaddon nearby, he just solos you, and RDO just gets popped by the puck there. Not much you can do. Yep.
A very long way off any potential Aeon disc. Still working on his Blink Dagger. RDO. He does had a pretty good performance on the line this game. I mean, he's sitting 1 in 6 at the moment, and you look at it and you go, "Oh, what the hell is this guy doing? He's feeding," but he shut down Brile's game so much. All 3 deaths are just because of like good positioning from RDO, getting off his abilities onto the puck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mondo just about finished that Aghanim Scepter, by the way. At that point, I think they'll try to dodge fights for a little while Undying and just play the map. It's kind of tricky to do that against Sexy Fat, who's just going to be like going non-stop aggression. And you're never going to be playing that close to Dubu if you're playing around the map kind of dangerously with his eggs on the TA. But, you know, Tomato has shown that he's a very smart farmer. He's got gamer sense, man. He knows where the enemies are.
You know, everyone needs to have a good level of gamer sense, and Tomato, yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. What am I saying? Trying to like talk sense in this one? It's just a gamer sense. There's no logical explanation.
Yeah, the Aghanim Scepter completed like he talked about, and Tomato is going to start putting traps pretty much everywhere he wants to be able to farm, so got to be careful of that. Once he has the shard, that's when things get even better for him, increasing that trap count, giving himself a little bit more vision to play around with those. The silence is just like a little bonus. I feel like it's not even mostly for the silence.
Yeah,
Smoke up here from Furia. That trap's just outside of the sentry there in the Roche pit.
If they're looking directly at that ward, they would have seen the light strike array come out from the Lina, but I don't think that they saw it. They pinged them out now. In fact, they're going to go for the Lina.
He's got a BKB. Call on the backside. It actually misses Dubu, and Brile just going to coil up the axe. The boat's going to come through. He's already dropped the Aphotic Shield, though. Sexy Fat starting to fall pretty low, and in comes Tomato. There's going to be the Demonic Purge. This axe, I mean, he's such a big part of your fight, and he's just dead. Lina forced to BKB backside. Tomato. Not even Tomato, I'm sorry. Brile. He's managed to find the Gyrocopter Aeon Disc, though, protecting Brile from that Finger of Death. And now Saberlight just going in. Wants to be able to get aggressive here onto Leo's Gyro. Tomato jumping forward. Gonna think better. Saberlight getting ran down here. It looks like they just want to disengage. They're gonna leave this Kunkka.
I mean, giving up the position 3 isn't a super big deal there, but it's another team fight that they haven't been managing to win. I mean, Furia is playing these fights pretty well, but you can't outplay Undying on this map. You've got Paco. I imagine he's going to go Boots of Travel pretty soon. He's still got Brown Boots hitting his inventory. And the Templar Assassin is jumping around with this Aghanim Scepter. Even if you are able to win the fights at the moment, we're eventually going to get to the point where they play you so hard around the map that there's just nothing that you're able to do.
Yeah, big timing for Leo is going to be that BKB of his. He absolutely needs it to be able to really fight into these heroes. And you do have an Ags being built on Bryle now. Like, that's his decision. He just wants to get the Ags here for the puck. If you happen to get more than a 2-person coil, if you get like a 3-person coil, your team fight looks very good on the side of Undying. Duster in the last fight, unfortunately for him, dropped that aphotic shield just a slight bit too early. He wasn't able to get out the top lane. It's going to be RDO that gets caught there. X into the torrent. Very easy kill for them. And now mid lane looking at the axe. Deciding not to jump in here on the TA. A little bit interesting.
Yeah. It was a little bit scary. I mean, he wasn't super far away on Duster and Leo. They were able to turn that around, worst case scenario.
All just off the mark. Moon's going to steal it. I mean, it's not the best ability, but it is a BKB piercing stun, so.
Yep. You do have some BKBs done on the side, well, one BKB done on the side of Furia. Still working on your BKB on Gyrocopter, but solutions are already on the way. They do have that spell stolen on the Rubik and Puck, like you mentioned, going for that Aghanim Scepter. You probably want that done before you take a fight against the BKB Gyrocopter, because he's just able to snap the coil and continue to chase your heroes, so just walk out of it to begin the fight. Yeah, I think you lose.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one. Tomato just continuing to farm, and he is definitely pulling ahead, closing in on his BKB. I haven't been seeing him split pushing as much as I would have expected. He's mostly just been kind of sticking on his side of the map. Or like the bottom jungle, but disassembles. Yep. Oh yeah, okay. He disassembles the halberd or Dragonlance into the BKB. We've seen that a few times.
Yep. They ping things out. They think they might be able to get a bait on this one. I'm not sure if they realize the whole team is sitting behind the Templars out. They realize something's up as nobody else is on the map.
No, they got an X-Torrent onto the Abaddon, yeah, just to try and give him a little bit of space. What did he stole the Aphotic Shield? This is what we were talking about. Getting this spell on Moon is so important.
Yep.
And now Blink Coil in the mid lane. Telekinesis set it up. Lina able to BKB and disengage, but here comes the saves from Moon. You've already committed a lot here, and now the X, the boat, gonna drop right on 6. No, he gets the blink out. No way to break that one. All right, spells wasted from both sides.
Yep. But the big one, the Dream Coil used on the puck. Unfortunately, your opportunity to jump the puck is over with that Aeon Disc, though. I mean, before it would have been the ideal hero to begin these team fights on. Now,
Duster caught again here by the Roche. Gonna be forced to pop that borrowed time, but there's the tidal wave, pulling him back out of position. LSA gonna do what he can, but the damage here from Tomato, is it enough? Middle of the fight here, the call down comes through. Puck able to dodge out and survive. Abaddon will buy back into the game here. And Tomato goes bottom. Here it is, the beginning of the split push here for this TA. You know, they're trying to force a fight around Roche, but Tomato will just go bottom.
Yeah. You can come right back into the Roche pit and take that one if the fight looks favorable. Both teams just kind of dancing around, but Tomato's not limited by this. I mean, it's just as good as a Spectre.
Oh, Axe in a really bad spot here. Blade Mill comes through. He's being able to reflect a little bit of the damage, but in comes Tomato on the backside. They get the Lion. Leo's in, but he doesn't have the BKB. He decided to go back for a Butterfly. Now Tomato laying into the Lina. What a 3-man coil from Bryle, holding them in place, separating this Gyro completely off from his team. And Puck, he's here in the mid lane, trying to do what damage he can with the BKB. Bryle, you might have baited yourself a little bit here. Looks like he is still going to be fine. Disruption save there from Dubu over and over. They've got the spells. Where did he go? All right, there. He's all the way back there.
Yeah. You talking about Bryle?
Yeah.
He ended up getting hit by the disruption, then a phase shift afterwards. So he was worried about Lina coming back around and grabbing him with a Dragon Slave as he left the disruption. But now they're going to go for Roshan. This is what you mentioned. Templar Assassin takes this one incredibly quickly. Didn't go for the double meld strike, but I think just trying to waste no time at all.
Yeah, they have a Solar Crest, which will help make quick work of this.
But now they're struggling to blow up Bryle. I do like how we switched from going like this super aggressive build into building this Aeon Disc so he's not able to just be blown up like the Lion has done to him a couple times now. 900 gold off this Aghanim Scepter. That's when the team fights started getting kind of hard for Furia.
Bryle's got a Haste Rune, and Moon He'll be able to sniff out the axe here. Nowhere to go. Just accepts his fate.
Unfortunate. Lose sexy fat.
Oh, a
He stole
paladin
one.
sword. That is quite nice.
Yep. Wonder who they passed that one to. I mean, it's nice for the gyrocopter. He's not on that team.
I like it mostly on the Kunkka, honestly. I think having that extra like healing amplification is pretty sick on this hero. He becomes very tanky. Other side of the fight, Abaddon does get his ultimate procced, and now we'll just back off. You now have this 60-second window where you can just burst down the Abaddon without allowing him to save his allies. Model gonna look at the tier 1 tower top. Just gonna backdoor this one. Does give the fortification up for Furia though, so
Yep.
that will not be available.
Look at that tower flak. If they dive towers, it can be pretty useful for team fights. But not much Furia feels like they're able to do right now. They are playing into the Aegis. The BKB still at 8 seconds here on the Templar Assassin.
Morel has that Agnum Scepter completed.
Rest of these neutral items now found. Orb of Destruction found for the Templar Assassin.
You're gonna love that one. Well, she actually has a Mind Breaker. It's pretty sick. Brile up on the high ground, gets the D ward, looking for RDO on the backside of the line. In the center of the call down, though, 3 heroes of Undying Moon just get shredded. Now Dubu got to do what he can, drops that Demonic Purge, trying to keep Lina in place. Tomato laying into him as well. The stuns are there, but he's still got everything available. Gonna get healed up by Duster. Brile unable to finish off. He misses the coil.
This could be bad. They might want to turn this one back around. In fact, RDO buys back so he can jump forward. Blink is up. 60 Fat's off the mark, but RDO, he's just got to jump one of these heroes. If he can get onto the Templar Assassin, it's not ideal. Still has a BKB and an Aegis. He's going to turn around and start hitting him, but RDO, I don't know if you want this one anymore.
It's scary, man. You're coming right back on Brile here. Full health Nana, 2-man Torrent into the mid lane. The tidal wave pulling them all back. The silences as well. Tomato just laying into these heroes. These side blades as well. Unbelievable damage on the backside. They do catch the puck. The finger of death is there. They finally bring him down. More damage coming in as Moon gets a return finger of death kill. Tomato just as Aegis popped. Gonna go ahead, teleport up onto the line, get himself a triple. Ends up cleaning 4 heroes here on the side of Furia just for that puck.
Yeah, sick turnaround there by the Rubik. Ended up blowing up on the gyrocopter and whatnot there. I mean, I was not expecting that finger of death to come out towards the tail end of that team fight. I do think he would have gotten down, but it's just made the turnaround so much faster. They took that fight into them like 3v5 towards the tail end, though. I mean, they sent Puck back to the base with the X, got him back up to full HP. They do a surprising amount of damage with just these 3 cores here.
Yeah,
on Undying.
Really, it's Tomato, man. He is just super farm now. Level 24, hitting that 25 here very soon.
Yeah, RDO is now struggling to get into these team fights as well. If he gets an Aeon disc, it'll be a little bit easier for him. But he dies in like 2 auto attacks from Tomato. The puck ends up blowing him up. He touches him with the Switchblade in the silence. So you can't make these super aggressive blink plays on top of the Templar Assassin or the puck without just getting punished for it super hard. He needs his Aeon disc done, but still very far off. He opts to go for the Aghanim Shard, actually. 1,400 gold out of his way for that one.
I mean, it is kind of nice. There's not a lot of BKB piercing disables on the side of Undying, and the mana drain is pretty useful. He can use it to dodge out some spells. But it's only level 3 mana drain, so he is going to need that one soon.
Yeah, we did hit the 30-minute mark a moment ago. So Dota Plus odds 19 to 81% for the Dire. Fight's breaking out now, though.
Yep, Saberlight looking to go in. Does have a 3-man coil. That tidal wave, can it snap it? No, it does not. They've been able to keep themselves alive. But it's just the damage from Tomato and Brile. It's too dang much. They're able to take down that Gyro, and Tomato, of course, just bouncing back and forth in these fights. The Lina just absolutely isolated here. Can't bring down Saberlight thanks to the damage reduction, and Duster just gonna get chased to death. That crit, oh my goodness.
No. What can you do? This is bad doing his best to stay alive. He went double fluffy hat this game. But Lina, despite the fact that he had this ult cross, trying to stand his ground against the armor reduction here with Lina, can't do anything. And now up on the high ground, tier 3 towers, and I don't think anything will be able to slow this one down. They'll probably get a Rax here. Axe is back up in 10 seconds. He might be able to turn a team fight, but it's difficult even for him. Yeah, they just lose the Rax here. And 28 seconds until Gyrocopter. They want to be greedy. They could go for a second one here.
Yeah. I'm honestly such a fan of this the Tidal Wave Ags coil here from Puck. In the last fight, we didn't actually see it snap any of the coils, but there is a lot of potential for that to, you know, find some big kills here. And Telekinesis gonna grab the axe. Doesn't have a BKB, but the save comes through. There's going to be the coil holding two of them in place, and Sexy Fat goes down once again, unable to keep himself alive. He's gonna buy back right away, and Tomato out of the base as Leo tries to get on top of him.
Those extra refraction instances keeping him alive. It should be illegal to be able to refraction blank out of Rocket Brush or Gyrocopter, but managed to do it on Tomato. Now they commit onto Lina.
She's gonna be able to be saved there by the Abad, and he's gonna be able to pop that ultimate. But Tomato on the backside, he looks for the line, and now Lina's gotta pop her BKB and run. It's just kiting these heroes out. Gyrocopter can't do anything. He's fighting his own illusions, the disarms constantly from Saberlight. And now surrounded by the entire side of Undying. They call the GG. It's just such good play from Undying.
Yeah, I mean, they did better in game number 2 here for sure on the side of Furia. Mentioned it. I mean, RDO making some good plays on the puck, slowing down Bryle's game, forcing him to go some defensive items, which doesn't feel amazing. That Aeon Disc had to pick up somewhat early, but you know, Tomato always so farmed on these heroes, ended up doing 37,000 hero damage on this Templar Assassin. Other people on his team didn't come close. I do like the Tidal Wave quite a bit. He ended up catching out so many heroes. The last couple, I don't think he ended up, or the last one he didn't end up connecting, but it got so much done, so much disable, so good team coordination here. Every time Duster tried to play close to his team as well, Bryle always got that 2-man silence to prevent him getting the Aphotic Shield save off.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job at playing around Duster's Aphotic Shield. And the other thing, too, is if the Gyrocopter was never isolated out from this Abaddon, they just Tidal Wave him. They get the disarm, the displacement, and this Gyro's not putting the damage out that he needs to do in these fights. And, I mean, itemization play overall from Undying is just on point once again as they just crush this. Dubu Shadow Demon, man. This guy, you're going to have to respect ban this pretty soon. Like, that is a really strong performance 2 games in a row on this hero. So we'll see if other teams take notice of that one going forward.
Amazing laning presence, amazing saves throughout the game. Just great job. Dubu Chad, man.
Dubu Chad. Yeah, absolutely. Now, we do have another series coming up after this one. We have 3 series here today. But, Neph, you know what time it is?
It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time, baby. That's what we're talking about. For those of you who don't know, we've got an amazing sponsor. It's Mate Mate. Get your spam out! Exclamation point Mate Mate in chat to be able to enter for a giveaway and win a case of this delicious natural energy drink, all for yourself. Thank you so much for Mate Mate for doing this. And, you know, there's going to be 5 winners. Make sure to stay in chat. Open up your whispers. You're going to get messaged from the moderators. And they will go ahead and send those out as soon as possible. The giveaway is going to run for 10 minutes. Starting from now, you got 10 minutes. Spam that Mate Mate as much as you can in chat. Winners, best of luck to all of you. I know I'm going to be entering because I want my own case of Mate Mate. Neph probably going to enter as well. I don't know. Maybe he'll be a gentleman because he has a case right next to him, but we'll see. No, he needs more. He needs more power. Unbelievable.
I'll take the Mate right out of your mouth. Wait, no.
Don't tempt me with a good time, Neph. Jesus.
Yikes.
Okay.
You know what I mean. Out of your fridge.
Oh, man. You know, very cool. Very cool. For everyone, thank you so much for watching so far. We've got more Dota coming up next here on this Loopet Pro Series Season 7. It's going to be Furia versus Infamous, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check, make sure I'm not incorrect. It is Furia versus Infamous right on deck. So stay tuned, everyone. We're going to go to a short break. We'll see you after that.